Hello, everyone. This is Scott with another Saturday service message for you. Again, I'm doing a brief message with sort of overarching influence of the week, a little discussion, maybe even that might be relevant at any point, and then a deeper dive into that through the 7-day forecast, etc., on the Patreon itself. That's patreon.com/Scott K. Smith. Saturday service is always free. I like to put myself out there, and this is my community offering. So here we are. We have three cards this week, and I'm just going to pull up a note here. So we have the Three of Pentacles, or the Three of Earth. We have the Three of Water, Cups, and we have the Wheel of Fortune. And these are our Love, Will, and Wisdom cards. And I'm drawing on those three rays that we use in the Temple of Witchcraft to sort of bring this message about. And basically, they're emphasizing that change comes about with a loving support. Obviously, you can create change without being a loving person, and I'm not telling you how to feel, right? I'm adding an emphasis for you. I'm drawing on my inspiration to tell you where I see you might find a little bit of traction, or it might feel better for what you're doing with these cards. And they're offering insights into our connection to whatever personal growth process projects that we might be in right now. So let's look at these three cards that we have here. Our first is our love influence, and this is the Three of Pentacles. I'm using the Tarot of the Spirit. This is the card and deck that this is the deck of cards that I used when I first trained on the tarot rather intensely. I did like a 6-year tour with these cards, and I went into several continents in the process of doing it. It was quite an adventure. I have great journals of that time. When we're looking at the Three of Pentacles from a love perspective, right? That's really when we're looking at the influence of love. And this is not romantic love. This is not any particular kind of love. I just mean an overall sense of love in one's life. Um, the influences that guide us in the most loving way possible, the aspirational kind of love that we might be seeking in our life, right? That's what I'm talking about there. This may demonstrate itself intimately through our partnerships and our relationships, but the emphasis is on that higher aspirational guiding force when I look at these cards. So we have the Three of Pentacles here. So we look at this card and we say, whatever you're planning and whatever you're working on, where's your heart in that process, right? If it's lacking heart, we're not using our full mind when we're trying to create, right? These three aspects, these three bits, the 3 points, the three pentacles in here, this often has to do with planning and architecture and plans, but the emphasis is on the tripod in this, right? Like this is like the base of a cauldron. It doesn't stand up without all three legs, and one of those legs is love, right? Again, not romantic love. I'm not talking about your love of your dog or your cat, although it may be that thing for you that sort of balances you out. It's the aspirational aspect of things, right? Where is that higher love in your work? Higher is not greater. What I mean is greater than you, right? Not better than your personal love, okay? I just want to be clear about that. Love does not solve all our problems, but it does grease the wheel. It does open the way. It does make things look differently. And this is about a perspective shift on our plans, right? So that's really what this card is talking about. It's called Works, right? And normally you think about that, that Pamela Smith Rider-Waite deck, of those three individuals and sort of like that cathedral, the three pentacles on the top, right? There's planning involved here. There's something beginning here. There's an opportunity that's starting, but it's that third piece. It's where is the love in that, right? Like what's the hope? What's the vision? What's the feeling you'd like to arrive at? Where's that at? So when you're planning, where's love in mind, right? In your design, with your collaborators, who do you call in for this? Where are your supports? Seek your allies who truly love and support you. Could be a good emphasis this week. Just sort of call it in. Could be spirit, could be physical, whatever it is for you. Our second card, this is often a little bit more intellectual. It is the power card. This is our power influences, right? So this is really about where we're placing our energy, how our energy is being motivated. Could come from the love thing, right? But like where we're really placing that force of ourselves, our will, our determination, or lack thereof, right? So when we look at this card, we see the love card, right? Because this is the Three of Cups. When we see this is those three figures, arms intertwined with cups raised in that classic tarot image, kind of celebratory. This is we used to joke, back when I had a regular office job, we would say, like this is like the TGI Friday crowd who like, or the Chevy's crowd who goes after work and they like raise a glass and like they have the camaraderie of the day together. They do the roundup together. This Three of Cups has that kind of energy, but it's in a place of power, right? So it's again a double emphasis on the love energy this week. What does this one say? This says, while generally friendly on a more practical level, it can sometimes lead towards conspiratorial things, right? This can be also be coming together to like sort of talk shit about like, like, girl, we need to work this kind of thing out. But really, what the stream of love is saying from an aspirational point, when we're looking at this from a big, like, what's the archetype of the energy of the week? How is this sort of guiding us? This says, in pulling in that emphasis of team members, in pulling in the support of what we need, this could also be an emphasis of too much power, too much work, too much doubling down, and that you might want to take a break. You might want to add some space between tasks. There might be too much intensity that needs to be balanced out by that love energy. What is love energy? In this case, it could be self-care, it could be downtime, it could be relaxation, it could be pleasure, enjoyment, whatever that is for you. You want to remember that these two things randomly drawn together, right, are both have a love emphasis on them. Don't push yourself too hard, too fast. Balance movement with rest. Recharge with others or away from others, right? Like just what is it that's going to sort of bring that space in there? So spaciousness, right? And love in the design. So our middle card for the week is the Wheel of Fortune. I particularly like this one because of the hand emphasis on the turning of the wheel in the card, because it really emphasizes our wisdom mind that has the greatest capacity between love and wisdom to make the most exciting and beneficial changes for ourselves. If we're too analytical, it's missing a component. If it's all about love and not about the analytical, it's missing a component. The wisdom mind arrives when we have both of those things working together. It says, yes, I feel that. Yes, I think that. And together we make this decision. What is it for me? What arises within me that is the best possible next step forward for myself, right? So Wheel of Fortune represents change, right? This is an age, an episode, or a personal era is shifting, right? If we just dip back into what was or the way it's been done without addressing the designs for what's next, we're on a path of repeat, right? There might be reasons we're on a path of repeat. You might need to do it again, right? I'm not saying that you shouldn't, right? I'm asking, why are you? Why are you repeating the same thing? This can also say what circles or rituals in your designs can you plan for yourself, right? That might take it to the next level, right? We have a full moon coming this week, right? And I would do that on Tuesday, not Wednesday, because it's like at 3:40 whatever a.m. on Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. Therefore, Wednesday really is a waning moon. It's no longer full, right? It's decimating. It's decimating energy on anything you want to manifest. But with this energy, it's really just saying like it's helping you to recognize repeat behaviors, and exercise your love and will to create new changes, to remember, right? To remember the experience is not necessarily the lesson, right? And I don't mean lesson as if the universe is trying to teach you something. If that's your personal philosophy, do it. It's not mine. It's not what I mean when I say lesson. The lesson is the one that we're learning for ourselves, right? When I'm seeing this week, the message that I get is remember the experience may not be the lesson. The lesson is your response to the experience, right? Your response to the experience. How is that balanced between your love and power, between your rational and your feeling, between your work and your pleasure? What is your response to your experiences right now? That's really the grist. That's the stuff. That's the that's the energetic essence of the message this week for the Saturday service. So those are our three cards. Uh, get that right for you. Yeah, the love, will, and wisdom. There they are. I ask, The work of change asks love. Your lesson is in your response to your experiences. So that's my Saturday service. So I hope you enjoyed. If you'd like to see a 7-day forecast of the rest, I've written that out, and that will be posted on the Patreon on Sunday. Thank you so much for watching. Blessed be, blessed be, blessed be.